Hello everybody, welcome back to Deathbattle. It's been a long time, but I am here, and also Quill is here. This time we are gonna react to RWBY versus Maka Albarn. Two characters I have known. I don't know all of their abilities, because I haven't read Soul Eater fully, but I have watched the anime. I have read some of it. And I haven't finished RWBY either, so I don't know how long they are gonna go into it. But
Having seen it before, I can tell you that I don't believe there's too many spoilers for at least the RWBY side. You know, I think that actually there definitely is for Maka. Um, and by the way, also for RWBY, this is the final character from the RWBY's side that the Deathbattle has covered. She's done all the other teammates by this point. I wonder if you recall how that went. Um, Gang fought Tifa.
yes,
I forget who Blake fought, but I remember two things about her opponent, about that match. One, it was a character that came from Attack on Titans, and another thing
I might
about that
have
match
not
is
seen that.
another thing that was in common with those characters is they were both doing cable action, swinging all over the battle. So
Yeah, I
I for
definitely didn't see Blake.
Okay, I forgot how that match ended up anyway, and the final one you just played briefly before you started this recording here. Why Sneed that was facing someone from Persona 3.
Professor, yeah, I know how
Finally
that
we got
went.
RWBY here. Yeah, I was about to ask you if you had seen both of these shows, and the answer is yes to a limited extent.
Yes, I mean,
All right.
I would say I'm very well knowledgeable, unless they go right into the end, where I don't see how it could have gone.
Um, Based on your knowledge so far, then, who do you think has the advantage?
Let's see. Based on combat prowess, just based if they don't use any kind of abilities, Maka has a lot more experience than Rumi. Rumi is just a student, and Maka is an expert in that
Okay.
uh, in that moment. I don't believe Rumi's silver eyes might even fade Soul here, so I don't think it's gonna work at all. She's they are not a grim. I mean, they are grim reapers, but they are not grim. That's very much different.
Right. But
Even
you're
if it works, they have much better connection than just Samurai rendering them incomplete. Rumi is really strong, and don't get me
hmm?
wrong. If it was any other side user, Rumi would win. But we are talking about Michael Albarn, who has literally fought against witches, gods, and successfully win against them. He has magic, he has a partner as well, and
Yeah.
we
There's actually
know
three characters here.
there is one big, how do we call it? He is better something, a lot better than Rumi. Rumi can throw a punch. Maka is a martial artist, so without her weapon, she can still fight. Rumi is just a little girl without her weapon. And Rumi can only use her own weapon, while Maka can use any other side type weapons as well. So There's a big possibility when they lose their weapons and Maka just won outright safe.
I'm
Now,
hearing the fact that you think Maka has more experience and possibly fought tougher opponents.
yes. And
Okay.
they are all humanoid-like. RWBY was mainly fought against Grim. Yes, they were training against each other, but that's not the main opponent. We have seen it in the reading that I do as well, the Hunters of Justice, that they are not experienced in fighting against humans and humanoids. But yeah, let's go on. Projectiles. Rumi has all of them. Rumi has more different ammunition. He can use them. That might be a little bit of advantage. But Maka can use projectiles as well with her magic missiles. I don't know what they are called, but I have seen her do that. Kind of like how Vice is doing it. Without dust. And the last part is aura. Maka doesn't have that. But she has something similar to it, so she can defend herself as well. And I don't know how much it can deplete, but Ruby's aura is not limited. No, okay, Ruby's aura is limited. So when it runs out, she's defenseless. And Maka, I don't think, I mean, probably that's limited as well, but I haven't seen her use it up at all. So, yeah, I assume Maka is gonna win this straight up. There's not even gonna be a competition. There's gonna be a fight, but not a competition.
All right. We'll revisit this question as soon as they're finished the analysis. Then. In the meantime, let's get started.
Yeah.
RWBY Rose versus Maka Albarn.
The battle of spunky teens with oversized gardening tools. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and...
And I can only think that they are gonna use source synchronization, so...
I remember when Mama Boomstick...
I didn't even go that far.
Tales, stories of heroes and warnings about eating those little berries and quicksand. So much quicksand.
Yet in the world of Remnant, fairy tales are real. Here, huntresses do battle with monstrous Grimm, and there was nothing more exciting than that to RWBY Rose.
Daughter to the world-renowned huntress, Summer, who disappeared. Little Red really wanted nothing more than to be a huntress.
Her dedication paid off. Admitted into Beacon Academy 2 years ahead, a premier school for huntsmen and huntresses, RWBY clearly showed prodigious...
Yeah, good thing she jumped into that school 2 years ahead, because the school was destroyed not too long.
It may look
Yeah.
like a high-tech scythe, and it is, but it's also a gun. RWBY made Crescent Rose herself. It's like a dance between Grim Reaper's Choice and a bolt-action sniper rifle.
A dance is fitting, as huntsmen are locked in a never-ending waltz in their battle with the Grimm.
Crescent Rose can switch between sniper and scythe at the press of a button. RWBY's an old hand at flinging and moving it exactly how she wants, despite it being, like, bigger than she is. How does she do it with those noodle arms? The girl can't even throw a punch.
Well, she might not need to, given the strength...
There you go.
All living beings in Remnant have an aura, except dark creatures like Grimm, though not all of them can utilize it in combat without extensive training. See, aura forms a barrier that blocks fatal blows and even heals wounds.
It can make weapons stronger too. When RWBY slaps a cartridge of dust into Crescent Rose, her aura lights up nature's wrath in man's hand.
Dramatic, but accurate. This dust represents the base elements of the world. Fire, electricity, ice, wind, anti-gravity. Does that last one count?
Rule of cool.
I mean, it does.
The eyes of a hawk, and when she shoots you with dust, a bullet wound's the last thing you'll be worried about. With enough of a boost, ice dust can freeze over whole mechs, and she can power up her kicks to crater military-grade steel.
A person's aura may be limited, but Ruby can keep track of hers with this handy health bar on her not smartphone.
Ruby blasted through Huntress classes with flying colors. Almost right away, she was appointed the leader of her own group, with Weiss Schnee, Blake Belladonna, and Big Sis Yang Xiaolong. Oh, I get it. Team Ruby.
But Ruby's hope for many years of learning with her friends would be dashed as evil machinations spread like wildfire. And with a flash of silver light, Beacon had fallen.
Ruby's friends? Dead. Her school? Totally wrecked. Her sister? Disarmed. All because of a lover's spat that went way too far.
Salem saw the world divided, and it was time.
Yeah, they are now in season 8.
But Ruby wouldn't give up like that, so she set off to change the world.
Even as Crescent Rose began to feel heavier and heavier. Could she really save the world like her fairy tale heroes? All she did is what she's always done and never stopped moving forward.
Because Crescent Rose wasn't the only thing she needed. She had to improve her semblance too.
Right. While aura is essentially the manifestation of one's soul, the semblance is an expression of their personality.
Basically, it's a superpower farmed by aura. And Ruby's got super speed. Or a teleport? Or what is she doing
It's
exactly?
mostly speed and molecular
A mixture of
destruction.
speed, teleportation, and intangibility. Ruby can rocket from one point to another in milliseconds.
By literally bursting into petals.
Sort of. According to Best Robo Girl Penny, Ruby's semblance is extremely complex and variable.
I mean, this is the only thing Maka cannot do.
Its molecular components before zooming off in complex paths, negating the laws of mass entirely.
AKA Super Speed Plus. And Nora is best girl. Ruby's petal burst is so quick she can make flying missiles look completely still. Good luck tagging her with a bullet. Or a breadstick.
She's certainly quick enough to give Emerald and Mercury a hard time, and they've dodged actual lightning.
She's faster than Blake, who could keep up with the most cringe faunus of all, Adam Taurus.
Well, he did draw his sword fast enough to parry an actual particle beam. In real life, such a beam is created by accelerating charged particles to just under light speed.
So, that's impressive.
With such a powerful ability, Ruby could safely shine her smile for years, even as she carried the fate of Remnant across the world. To her friends, she was a beacon of hope.
Well, yeah, because she's got one more superpower. Her silver eyes. Just like her mom, Ruby inherited them from the god of light as a weapon against negative anti-life energy, like the evil goop Grimm.
Yeah, the fight is really gonna go on if they are gonna count her silver eyes against Grim Reapers. Or not.
Journeyed across Remnant, she leveled up to compete with all sorts of powerful magic and mechanized foes. Her team could even match the Ace Ops, an elite squad of longtime professional huntsmen.
Including Harriet, whose super speed semblance was totally outclassed by Petal Burst. And Vine, whose aura was strong enough to contain a bomb that was about to decimate the whole city of Mantle. Man, these are some pretty powerful auras.
Though it's important to remember, Ruby is only 17 years old. The weight of being a leader, a savior, and a huntress like her mother would get heavier and heavier and heavier.
Oh, that's a spoiler.
Taking Crescent Rose firmly in hand and sending
Which I have
her
not seen.
to the rest of the world. Ruby had finally left the fairy tale behind, taking one more step toward the day we've waited for.
Like this.
Today's battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
We all make decisions every day, but on
What has happened?
making the right choice.
Even just snippets like this, it's fine.
Hey, football season is just kicking off right now, so it's the perfect time to jump in and join the hype.
It's easy to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections. If you get
Yeah, it occurred to me they're going to lean even heavier on spoilers for Maka.
Barkley for those rushing
For Maka, it's fine.
or on Jones on those passes,
Now,
but
in Ruby's case, I would actually say the main thing they touched on beyond what you've seen is characterization,
Prize puts users first.
motivations, perspective. So
Yeah.
And secure
Somehow they are not really going
players
far
who
into,
use the game
oh,
for good,
he's actually a good fighter.
save you from some real bad luck.
that's a
When they said that,
lifesaver.
she has abilities,
Use code
and she has silver eyes.
after you play your first 5
But she cannot fight, normally,
Code
without
DEATH to
weapon.
get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup.
Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
They said she outclassed the other speedster, which is not really true. She did,
But all the unjust
but
evil souls of this
it
world
was a very fair
use
fight.
the fast pass to becoming a Kishin.
Destructive gods mutated from good-natured souls. A Kishin could plunge the world into chaos and madness. If only someone could stop them.
Bing bong, it's the DWMA. Welcome to Death Weapon Meister Academy, where death rules. Literally, his name is Death.
Here, Lord Death tasks humans to become spiritually talented.
Always listen to death metal.
demon weapons.
Yep.
AKA people who are also a weapon. No, really, they transform into weapons. Guns, ninja stars, hammers, you name it. A Meister weapon pair kills and consumes lost souls to keep the Kishin away. Jack the Ripper? More like Jack the Fraud.
And so, the demon weapon, Soul, was paired with the dutiful rising star, Maka Albarn.
Talk about your classic teacher's pet. The kind of girl who leaves an apple on the desk and goes, "Teacher, you forgot to give us homework." And then we jump them.
As if Soul's any better, a weapon who's too concerned with being cool to do any real work.
Hey, Soul's not just any demon weapon. He's a Scythe. And he's got his sights on upgrading to the highest level of Death Scythe.
Which would be a high honor. And lucky for Soul, Maka always aims high.
With that common goal, Maka and Soul formed the Dream Team. All they needed was 99 Kishin eggs and the soul of a witch. Easy, right?
Maybe, since Maka is extraordinarily perceptive at spotting and examining souls. She can detect spiritual presences from millions of yards away, and can discern its nature, stability, and emotions.
Time for
Oh.
class then. The two trained hard.
Well, Ruby can be fast, but
Okay,
her soul is gonna be in one of the battles
she wants to go, but Soul
when racing her link.
all the actual movements himself. Maka's the Meister, Soul's the weapon.
Like Conductor and
Age 13 to 15, she's younger.
The pair cannot work in harmony without total cooperation.
Too bad their teamwork sucked. They fumbled the
Yeah,
easiest
she's younger, but that doesn't mean she's not stronger.
Maka just could not get in tune with Soul's wavelength. She was skilled, sure, more skilled than most.
Keyword most. There were plenty of rivals showing her up, like Blackstar and Tsubaki.
Really puts a damper on the straight A's when this show-off is doing better than you.
It was up to Maka and Soul to improve their teamwork through Soul Resonance.
What I said about wavelength wasn't metaphorical. Rather, wavelengths are the means with which Meister and weapon draw strength through each other. Think of two wavelengths as different emotional amplitudes.
Also, it is not gonna be a fair fight.
Alignment.
It's basically 2 versus 1.
Weapons the amp, then they create a feedback loop to increase its frequency. That's Soul Resonance.
Soul Resonance creates a telepathic link and surges their strength and speed.
And preps them for cool scythe moves like the Witch Hunt Slash, a big energy strike that puts the L in evil.
As the name implies, it works especially well against witches and other evil creatures. It's not exclusive or anything.
It's actually really deadly against evil because of Maka's rare anti-demon wavelengths. Basically,
Yeah, it's funny how they most have anti-demon skills, but they are not fighting against demons at the moment.
Sometimes need to rein in the other's idiotic habits.
And the other guys gotta stop their annoying over.
So that's the thing you gotta pay attention to is what can they do to each other instead of what they can't.
Krona, which nearly killed Soul.
Now Soul had an ogre pal in his head, waiting for him to swing on over and play the piano. Yep, Soul got infected with black blood.
Black blood was specially brewed as a weaponizable blood. It hardens and strengthens its users.
Yeah, it's an infection, but also
They can even block blades.
if you start using it.
Too bad it comes with a little side effect of madness with a capital M.
A force of fear and sadness all living things possess, which threatens to ruin the world.
So it was kind of a big deal that Maka was bummed by how she got Soul in a jam. But thanks to Soul, she got over it and even welcomed in their new little ogre buddy.
Now when Soul plays his grand piano, their soul resonance sings even louder through the black blood.
Giving Maka all the perks of black blood too, even the crazy parts. Bet you didn't expect that, Krona.
But evil saw their plans through. The Kishin Asura had arrived. Madness was spreading everywhere.
So Maka and Soul had to lock in and upgrade their witch hunt to the even stronger demon hunt slash. They went on even more missions to reach souls with classmates like Black.
Yeah, I'm not sure Ruby is all to listen to Demon Slash.
Obvious evidence ever of faster than light speeds, and Maka could finally keep up with him.
Pair that with her fight with the demon tool Gopher, who could obliterate whole mountains, and you've got one hell of an ass kicker.
And yet, Maka's relationship with Soul still faltered. Soul was the real star here. Even other Meisters were trying to take him as a weapon, away from Maka.
I mean, he literally moves himself, so Maka couldn't help but wonder if she was holding him back all along.
But Soul said the truth. In all of their missions, their teamwork was the key to their victory. An orchestral performance is only as good as the one conducting. And so, their wavelengths played in harmony, and Maka donned a dress of black blood.
It's an armor literally made of
Pause it right there.
and it lets Maka
There you go.
Note the text in the corner. That actually is noteworthy because it's explaining how this is different from the show.
So they are excluding the anime form. They are going from the manga. Okay.
I'm pointing that out even if you haven't seen it, just so that you know to discount it. And then focus more on the analysis here and what they're portraying in order to properly weigh the match.
Yeah, her father was using that thing that doesn't make sense to begin with. But he doesn't need that. That's not gonna change the outcome if they exclude it.
Oh, also look at this picture. That's kind of cool. The
Huh?
scythe kind of looks like a keyboard now.
Piano. It's a grand piano.
fly around and shoot out her soul as an epic sound wave. So freaking metal.
At the same time, Soul discovered he could hack souls and directly transmit Maka's anti-demon wavelengths, basically shutting their enemy completely down through Soul Adagio.
And they finally achieved
No.
their sight.
Homie
Dreams here, baby.
cannot really do anything about that.
Black Blood reached its final stage. Maka and Soul.
That's one technique here we're seeing that's exclusively coming from the weapon here.
The same mass as the planet itself. The
Yeah?
very world's sanity was at stake.
So it's one thing Soul could do in this match.
Until the Kishin showed up to ruin everything. Come on, Asura, they're having a moment here. Timing, bro.
In what would be Maka's final exam, Maka, Soul, and all of their friends faced off against the Kishi.
And she passed. A+. Maka pulled her weight and perfected her teamwork with Soul. Their wavelengths were pitch perfect.
Asura did everything he could to separate them, crater them into the moon, punch holes in Maka's chest, tamper their souls with madness, and each time they successfully realigned their wavelengths.
Until they kicked his ass with one final upgrade, the Kishin Hunt Slash. Maka!
I'm pretty sure that the generation is much more
Because
than
the
what an
sound
aura can do.
is within a sound mind and body. So should you feel overwhelmed by evil's roars, just write 42 42 564 whenever you want to knock on death's door.
Yeah,
Congratulations to us.
Maka's
I told you
techniques
that
seem
about,
pretty straightforward here.
And why not?
She has a technique for stronger and stronger slash.
Big deal. So we've got a big
they have not went into Maka's magic missile and other
GG.
medical spells that she can use as well.
Battle merch, the whole episode archive, including episodes
Somehow.
on YouTube, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes goodies. And if you sign up today, you can use
I mean, she doesn't need that, but
100 to get 20%
It'd be
off.
strange if the staff of Deathbattle didn't notice it, therefore did not take it into account.
20% off your website membership as soon as you can.
Where else are you gonna find such absolute cinema? No, really, we made an absolute cinema.
Absolute
episode
cinema
on the store.
itself.
Cool as fuck.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a scythe battle!
Pause. Pause. Okay. Having seen what you've seen, does that alter your predictions in any way?
No, I'm even more convinced that Maka is gonna be winning. It is literally 2 versus 1 to
Okay.
begin with.
So what did you see from the analysis that reinforces your opinion?
I mean, just the fight itself against the Kishin. From Maka.
Okay.
That was not, I don't think it was in the anime, but because I think it stopped right before the fight.
Okay, so you're still thinking that Maka has faced tougher opponents?
Yes, because RWBY has
Okay.
not faced the tough opponent yet in the show.
Right. I so I think the Ruby show is still not done. Therefore,
Yeah,
you're not seeing her face a final fight yet, and therefore, Death Battle can't take that into account. Any techniques or things she would have used against her final battle is not here in this match.
yeah.
But conversely, the other show is done, and I think there's even some spin-offs.
But literally, RWBY had only fought against the Big Boss's henchmen and lost most of them.
Okay.
Or it was like, oh yeah, you won't but we run away, so you can't catch me.
All right.
But in the meantime, Maka had outright killed them, so... I mean, not
Well,
killed, but lost from their soul, but same. Same difference.
ready to start when you are.
Yeah, let's see the fight.
Okay, it's official. This is so not cool.
Oh, come on, Soul. Our target should be here, so try helping out. Hi! Who are you looking for?
Yeah, close enough.
Little Red Riding Hood, your humanity has strayed from its just path, and the Shinigami has called for you. Your boyfriend turns into a scythe! Oh, that's so cool! Your soul is ours!
I don't know the song, by the way.
I like my soul, thanks.
I do believe the Death Battle now, not always, but now often makes their own songs for the match. But it's often a combination of themes from both shows.
Yeah, it reminds me of most of them. Like a mix. Yeah, that was her aura immediately.
No, but it did take some damage apparently.
Me.
Get back here!
Yeah, like I said, Maka doesn't need missiles. But she can use them.
Interesting. Her soul forms a barrier. Try helping out.
Relax.
Hopefully I'm not getting in trouble with the songs. Not because of Deathbattle, they are nice, but YouTube is sometimes not happy about music.
I do believe Death Battle's the one that originally made this music, so if anyone has the right to complain, it would be them, and you're just saying that they likely wouldn't.
Hey, I have seen a game maker actually putting their own music up and then getting copyright strike and write their own music.
Damn it, jeez. Stay strong, Maka. You got this.
A simple, honest soul. Ruby Rose, huh?
Yeah, that was not a question. We had no chance.
Peace, Ruby. But hey, it's not often you get to see scythe-on-scythe action like that.
From the few other reactions I've watched, a lot of people have been betting on Maka too.
Or a supercharged Ruby's
I mean,
way higher
once again, Ruby is still just tiny. He never finished her training.
Now, Team Ruby did defeat Vine, whose aura contained a bomb that could have wiped out a city.
Adding up their flight speed and how far Harriet said they'd have to fly to avoid the blast, that's a 366 kiloton bomb.
It's possible Ruby's own aura possesses a similar level of, say, energy strength, though her semblance obviously can't replicate what Vine did.
Black Blood Maka got blasted by Asura into the moon. Yeah, it's
Never one scene I haven't seen.
Earth's, right?
Putting Asura's strikes at
But that's
Team
what
Ruby
that's Ruby was a fight against a henchman as well.
So, Maka
Not the big boss.
but speed wasn't as clear cut. Ruby's a fast little gal. Maka kept up with Blackstar, faster than Shadows and whatnot. But as they improved their skills, Ruby and her friends could outspeed Adam.
who blocked a particle beam. Though given the distance and time to react, Adam moved about
Yeah,
30
Adam
seconds
blocked
per
back
second,
to move by
quite
timing
faster
her
than
block,
Shadow territory.
not by
Ruby's
anticipating
conquest
it.
has become far faster than this over time, and clearly
It was
has
very
increased
shown that
on top
I'm
of
gonna
it,
shoot now.
making her well past light speed.
You have time to
Didn't
prepare.
have to take on Harriet, who was all about speed. Angry speed.
This isn't to say Maka couldn't keep up thanks to Soul Resonance, but Petal Burst makes this comparison close enough to call it a tie. And their speed would be key to winning in skill.
Come on, Wiz. Call it what it really is. It's scythery.
That's not a word.
That's not a word. Now it is.
All the movement for her. As a Meister, she was mostly a guide.
It's easy to assume that Ruby's scythery was superior. She's entirely self-sufficient at dancing with her weapon.
Soul's own control is still a factor here, but it doesn't change that Ruby's been swinging that thing for way longer than Maka. Ruby's got scythery in the bag.
I'm not sure about that, but okay, let's give them the point.
Powers.
So, Aura's really cool. Barriers, healing, superpowers, and so on. But it's
Maybe if it was just a normal
It
site,
is a finite
not
resource
Soul,
that is required
then Ruby would have been better
Petalburg
with her own
makes
site.
dust. Even powering up Crescent Rose takes juice and some aura. Once it's gone, Ruby's totally vulnerable.
And there's a second key factor regarding aura. It is
I don't
specific.
know what they're saying here is they're using the aura as a barrier, which effectively kind of turns into hit points. But
Yeah,
it's the same resource they're using for the powers too. So
Yes.
when they use their powers, it's consuming their hit points. Not
indeed,
mana.
indeed, yes.
Yeah.
How aura works.
But plot twist, what about
So basically they are using their own soul to empower their skills.
turns out they were actually her best secret weapon.
The negative power of Grim is quite similar to Madness wavelengths. which
Yeah,
is-
luckily they went into that. Oh wait, we can't really use that guys.
The
The,
silver eyes should
we can
have
make
a
pro.
similar effect.
But Maka and Soul's whole story is about reaching that perfect soul resonance. Asura tried every way in the book and more to separate their wavelengths and failed. And we already talked about how much stronger he is than Ruby. Maka takes powers, because when she rose to the occasion, Ruby didn't stand a semblance of a chance and bit the dust.
The winners are Maka Albarn and Soul Evans.
Wait, his name is Soul Evans?
Yep.
Next time on Deathbattle.
Next time, I don't know when it's gonna be. There is multiple things.
It's not out yet. But you can take a look at who it would be.
It
Subscribe
not
and
that?
join
No,
us
it's
on
made. It's Muffy. But Muffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, they're both vampire slayers. Although one's kind of a half vampire.
I probably know more about Blade than Muffy, but I don't. I
Yeah.
don't.
I remember a title he had was Daywalker.
But yeah, this actually means that you mentioned that there is a Blake episode as well, which I haven't seen. We will probably
Okay.
record at one point, but not today.
All right then. We'll do that sometime.
There was some point in this battle that actually showed something that I haven't seen yet, which is basically just yeah, Sean becomes a hairy man later on, like that. So it's not that much of a spoiler, so it's fine. Nothing I wouldn't anticipate, or that wouldn't happen. And that's why I'm
by
not
the way,
going back to check those scenes, because I don't want to remember those.
congratulations on your accurate prediction here in this match. As far as the Blake versus someone show, have you even seen Titan, Attack on Titan?
Yeah, I haven't finished it, but yes.
So the exact same boat here. All right. It's not easy to make any predictions. If you kind of forgot, I forgot who she fought and even what the results were. So you can't make much predictions
I
about that
mean,
either. But now we at least established the fact that you have seen both shows. So, all right.
Mikasa. Oh,
What was the name?
Mikasa. Mikasa
Okay.
Tsukasa.
All right.
So yeah,
So now,
that's
now you know who that is.
yeah. I definitely
Recently.
know. He is
All right.
literally one of the strongest students now. So not the best
From
student, but
from what from what I've seen there, using the cables to getting around the city was pretty common for that show. Which made sense in order to try to get up to their very
yeah.
large opponents.
And I can already call here that Blake has the upper hand.
Okay.
Mikasa is better in skill or in all together, but Blake has aura. Mikasa is just a human with no special skills, at least from what I know. I don't know if they're
Okay.
going into later on and we find out that she's a Titan or something. I don't know
Well,
that. So,
they're going to include anything that there was up to date to the point of when that episode come out. Now, if there may be material that continue to come out since then, but check out the date of that video.
I don't know how long was Attack on Titan, so there was multiple seasons that I haven't seen. I plan to go back and continue it. I probably restarted from the beginning. But
Well, or then you'll at least be somewhat familiar anyway with the character.
yeah. And I know she is really strong. But she is not strong enough to kill someone who has aura and magic altogether.
Eh, it's interesting then that this Death Battle tonight helped to tip you off to another one you missed.
So once again, it's gonna be like the same thing with Maka and Rumi. That, yeah, she is strong, but she is not trained to fight against humans. She is trained to fight against titans.
Right. Um, so you got to kind of take a careful look at her skills and weaponry, armor, whatever, to see how it could match against someone like Blake. Now, right off the bat, you could probably establish that there's probably going to be a lot of cable moving throughout the
Yeah.
battlefield in this match.
But I can definitely say this is more gonna be like an even fight than Rumi and Maka. That's not a fight. It was a fight, but not really serious matter that we wouldn't know that Maka had the upper hand to begin with.
Sometimes it's pretty easy to predict who's going to win if you know both characters very well.
Yeah.
Um, like uh, Omni Man versus Homelander. A very strong percentage of the reactions I've noticed has guessed accurately on that match.
I think I haven't seen that.
Okay.
But there's a lot. Oh, there's one more I can see that I wanna check out later. Shindo versus Mikasa.
Okay.
So, and one of them I know very well. The other one I know a little, very little.
You're in the same boat with the other reactors then. Oh, well, sometimes when they watch these shows, they're more or less familiar with one or both of the characters.
I
And
literally like, I know who she is. I know what she does. I don't know how.
It makes sense then for the reactors who watch these shows, but not very familiar with both characters, have a hard time predicting the outcome before they even watch the analysis.
Yeah. So, but in the meantime, that was Maka versus Rumi, and
Hmm?
Maka won by a mile. That was not a fair fight. It was 2 versus 1, and Maka is literally at this point he was already Shinigami, Grim Reaper. He already had the title of Grim Reaper and the Meister.
It hadn't
While
occurred to me when I first watched this episode. Um, just during the match, it suddenly dawned on me the Soul Adagio that
yes,
Soul could play. Um, I couldn't see a defense that Ruby would have for it, and how effective it could be in just shutting her aura down.
hmm,
Now, as they portrayed it, there was still one trick Ruby had that Soul Adagio did not affect, and that was the Silver Eyes.
yeah, but Silver didn't affect them either. So
Now, when I watched the match too, I thought to myself, at least prior to the match, like, I don't see what that's gonna do against Maka or Soul. They're the wrong target for it. It's like throwing
yeah,
the spirit ball from Dragon Ball at a good character. They should be immune.
I mean, no, the Spirit Ball still had energy,
Hmm.
so the energy itself can still injure a good person as well.
If you
But
utilize it properly, it actually could augment the target. Goku's done that once. That instead of throwing the spirit ball, he absorbed it in order to try to use his energy to enhance his other skills.
yeah, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that where I am in Rumi is not uh even practiced enough with her own skills. She literally had to leave the school because it was destroyed. So she didn't finish her training to begin with and was thrown into battle. And that's
Yeah,
battle.
didn't finish her training, but I'd still say that she continued leveling up.
Yeah, she
But
did.
this
She
time,
definitely did.
in a more independent way from her successive adventures since then.
Yeah, still, again, somehow they said that Rumi is better with her side than Maka. Which might be not true, because Maka can actually use different weapons as well, not just her side. Maybe just with the side, Rumi is better, but
How about this? This is a really strange perspective here. Do you think Ruby is better at scythery than specifically Soul?
only with
Ru-
her own weapon. If it's the other side, she wouldn't be able to use it as well.
Right. Soul being the scythe, he may not be very good at wielding one. So say you did toss him, say Ruby's weapon or another scythe, and now Soul does not becoming a scythe; he's wielding it himself. He's probably not as good at Ruby with it, right?
Yeah, I want to say, if they somehow, during the battle, swap weapons, so Maka had Ruby's weapon and Ruby had Soul,
Okay.
then Ruby would not be able to wield Soul as well as Maka, the Crimson
Right,
Rose.
the soul resonance is just way off. And going the other way around, Maka wielding Crescent Rose, uh, she'd be probably familiar with only the scythe part. She's not familiar with the weight and not familiar with the weapon component
She literally
insofar as the
did.
projectile and how to fire the projectile, how to switch its modes.
I remember clearly she was using Black Star's weapon as well, as a side form. from without problem. So in the show, they actually did portray her using different side weapons when Sora was not there.
If the Soul Residence was so badly off, could Soul actually hinder Ruby attempting to wield him?
I mean, just by touching Soul, she would probably go on the ground because of the red blood.
Hmm. Oh boy. Well,
It would literally be like giving you an infusion of blood with something that you are not accustomed to.
since the Silver Eye powers are in her, is it possible she's not immune to the benefits and hindrances of the Black Blood?
We didn't know that. We never went into that. So
Just a chance she's just too pure for the Black Blood to affect her. But the Soul Adagio did affect her in this match.
I mean, no, even if you are pure, the black blood would affect you, I assume. Like, yeah, I am a very good person, but if someone kills someone right next to me, I would still feel it.
Well, she had a supernatural advantage against evil, so I was wondering if maybe that also implies a defense against the same kind of force.
I mean, we don't know. I literally don't know if it would
All right.
affect. But they didn't go there, so.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Anyway, shall we conclude this video?
Yeah. So, yeah, next time we are gonna check out Blake vs. Mikasa and Killer vs. Wait. Oh, that is funny. It's gonna be Blake vs. Mikasa and Killua vs. Misaka. Different characters, but
Those will be separate videos, right?
yeah, those will be different videos.
Okay.
Probably a week between both of them, so don't worry.
To think of it, I have never seen a reaction where they combined two different death battle matches in one.
I mean, that it would
So,
be 1 vs. 1. I mean, it was a little like
yeah,
Hydra.
in the same video. So yeah, you're following the same formula as the rest of the world.
Wait, they did one. But it was not vs. Bayonetta. I'm pretty sure
Actually,
they went in there.
I thought of another exception, although I see how it's related. There was 3 separate videos where Goku versus Superman, and just a few times I have seen reactions where they watched all 3 in one video. But
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah, that makes sense. But once again, these characters will never fight because they are not in the same universe. Unless they use the boombox.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you everyone for
Welcome.
watching.
I feel welcome for watching.
I feel welcome that you were here as well. And I feel welcome that you are all here who are watching. So yeah, we are leaving. Thank you for being here. And see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.